video response to snes tastic, asking if for our experiences of piracy when we were younger. Yeah, we started out when I was a kid. I had Spectrum, and basically we used to buy games. We used to go down the kiosk, and I remember we went down the kiosk and we basically hid. Me went down with my friend, me and Rob and his brother Dave, and Rob was like, "Oh, there's a good game in Head Over Heels." So there was a game. It was Head Over Heels, so we hid Head Over Heels, hid them behind the teddies, and then went back about a week later when we had the money to buy them, and then we sort of purchased the games. But yeah, we would generally we would buy originals, but sometimes we try and buy different games to our friends, and then we'd basically copy them off of each other using double cassette deck, and yeah, so we certainly have a lot more copy games than original games, but it's still appreciated getting the originals. Sometimes the game wasn't particularly good, we copy it, take it back, and swap it for something else. But I think when the copying became really rife was when we got the Commodore Amigas. We were basically getting copied games. We're using Xcopy. For original games, we would use I don't know if anyone remembers Cyclone, which used to have a piece of hardware that went between your second disk drive and the computer, and somehow that used to get round the copy protection, but you could only make one copy, so you'd have to copy from the original and make a backup, so-called backup, so you could play the backup and not ruin your original. But yeah, we made plenty of backups. So yeah, we were basically, you could only copy off the original. Once you'd done a backup copy, you couldn't copy from the backup copy. It had to come off the original. It sort of encrypted it with its own protection. As far as I'm aware, I'm not too bright with all of that. But yeah, we use an Xcopy and then the Cyclone hardware and the Cyclone program to copy the games. And I think if anyone remembers, like Skid Row, Fairlight, and all the games like that, they were some of the crack intros, the hacking intros were better than the games. They're fantastic. They have great music, great graphics. A game I remember coming out was Robocop 3, and it was a massive thing saying, "Oh, we've got this this dongle." It plugs in like the back of the Amiga. Without this dongle, you will not be able to play Robocop 3. Well, in response to that, the hacking team released Robocop 3 about 2 or 3 months before it even got a general release. So I remember getting a lot of games like that. We had Risky Woods about 3 months before it was released. Another World was another game. We had that. I think it was a French copy. It was a copy, but it was a French copy. But you don't really know. It's need the writing with that. You play the game. It's fantastic. Other memories I have. It's quite funny memory. Basically, when we were younger, I used to swap games with all sorts of people, and you copy games off of all sorts of different people. One guy was a tax inspector. But I think the best one is, it wasn't me that did this with the gentleman. It was one of my friends. But basically, they had basically a book of codes that you had to use to enter a code from the sheet, so you could unlock the game. Now, the sheet was printed in red and black, and so you couldn't photocopy it. Well, the way that my friend and this other person got around this particular obstacle was the other person was a police officer, and they used the fingerprinting machine, and so that photocopied red and black, not a problem. That came out. You could read the codes, and we all had a printed copy of the code sheet. So yeah, it was crazy. Everyone back in the Amiga days was pirating games. We were still buying games when we could afford them, but they were so expensive you couldn't afford to buy them all. So we generally have a couple of the big disc boxes full of great games. And like I say, now I'm trying to basically buy most of the games that I've had, and it's the first time I've owned a lot of them legitimately. So but yeah, that's my response to the snes tastic and my experiences of retro gaming and piracy. Speak to you soon, YouTube. Thanks. Goodbye.